In the heart of the chaos, where screams escalated and voices faded into a whirlpool of fear and terror, came the moment everyone had been waiting for, or perhaps dreading. The sky above New Delhi, the city that never sleeps, reflected a strange struggle between light and darkness. The air was charged with an invisible energy, as if it breathed with every pulse of the earth. And in that moment, when the whole world seemed to have stopped moving, she appeared, Kali. In the midst of the storm, as black lightning slashed the sky like a giant sword, Kali appeared in her fearsome majesty and overwhelming power. Her appearance was not just a passing event. It was as if the entire universe had stopped to salute the goddess who had returned after a long absence. Her deep blue body, reflecting a faint but frightening light, radiated a power beyond human comprehension. Her 4 arms held symbols of power, destruction, and renewal. A golden sword that shone like a star. A demon's head that represented the defeat of evil. A lotus flower that symbolized hope and beauty even in the darkest moments. And a rosary of skulls that reminded humanity of the transience of life. The sight before the people in the streets was a mixture of awe and terror. Some, who believed that she was their great mother goddess, fell to their knees in a state of absolute worship. They were chanting her name loudly, as if asking her for mercy or guidance. But others, who could not comprehend what was happening, began to run in all directions, trying to escape from this mysterious entity that seemed to have come from another world. The Indian army troops, who had quickly gathered in the area following reports of a mysterious entity, tried to handle the situation cautiously. The soldiers, who were trained to deal with any threat, stood in orderly rows, pointing their weapons at Kali. Through loudspeakers, the commander tried to communicate with her, asking her to reveal herself and make her intentions clear. But when one of the soldiers opened fire, something completely unexpected happened. The bullets, which should have reached their target, suddenly stopped in mid-air, as if they had hit an invisible wall. Then they gradually began to melt, turning into ash that flew away in the wind. The soldiers, who were looking on in amazement, were unable to make a sound. They realized at that moment that they were not facing a human force, but a force beyond anything they knew. Kali, standing there with eerie calm, smiled an enigmatic smile. Her smile carried a clear message. She was not here to be understood or challenged. She was here to take her role. In a deep, quiet, yet powerful voice, she spoke her first words since her return. "You have tainted the land with corruption. It is time for purification." Those words, though simple, carried great weight. They were a clear message to humanity that time was up, and that the destruction caused by human hands would not go unpunished. But at the same time, her words carried a deeper meaning, the meaning of renewal. Kali had not come merely to destroy, but to restore balance. She was here to purge the land of evil, and then rebuild a new world on the ruins of the old. But the question that remained in everyone's mind was, how would this purification be? Would it be through total destruction? Or would there be a chance for humanity to make amends for its mistakes? Kali, as always, did not provide direct answers. She left it to humanity to think and decide. She was giving them the last chance to choose their own destiny. In that moment, when Kaylee stood in the middle of the storm, the entire world seemed to stop breathing. It was a defining moment, a moment that could change the course of history forever. Humanity, which had always believed that it had control over nature and the universe, now found itself faced with an irresistible force. This moment was the beginning of something new, something that could not be explained or predicted. But Kali was not just a symbol of destruction. She was also a symbol of hope. She was here to remind humanity that every end carries with it a new beginning, and that change, no matter how painful, is necessary to achieve balance. But the big question that remained in everyone's mind was, will humanity be able to absorb this message? Or will we sink into the destruction we have brought upon ourselves? When civilizations collapse, the gods return to restore balance. But what kind of balance will it be? Will this return be a new beginning, or the end of everything?